Roundtable. We're going to start off a little differently today because it is a special day. We're going to start with a prayer.
Good evening. Today is a day that touches us all in our own personal ways. What we've talked about as Roundtable staff, we'd like to start with is a moment of silence, and I'm going to lead into a prayer. So if you would join me, as is your tradition, in prayer, we will proceed that way. So if standing is something you do, if not, whatever works for you, and we'll start with a moment of silence. I'll wait for everybody. Heavenly Father, we ask for your grace and love on this day of remembrance of the tragedies we faced on September 11th. Grant us the strength to remember the lives lost on that tragic day. Help us to lift up the survivors to you in prayer of peace and love. Allow us to grieve for those lives lost, to be with those survivors who mourn. We pray for the lives forever touched by this day. We pray for our nation and our leaders. Help us to draw resolve and strength from those first responders who bravely rushed towards the danger that day, that laid their lives down to save the innocent. Bless them, their families, and all that protect us from evil. May we stand together and remember those strangers who became neighbors that day, and remember our common bond in love and loss. Allow us to live in the love and compassion our nation found in the aftermath of this tragedy. Grant us the resolve to never forget and the grace to move forward. God bless us as we gather together, and God bless America.
Amen.
All of you are flag tonight.
Other side. There you go.
I'm flag dyslexic.
All right.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome to September Roundtable. All right. Yes. Our theme is dollars and cents. Not necessarily the change in your pocket, but making sense out of things. Wow, we're gonna need more chairs. This is what we did to draw such a large crowd. Thank you. We did something right. I heard we were having snacks. That always draws.
Officially
All right. So, my name is Tim Urban. I'm the Cub Scout Roundtable Commissioner. On my staff, Beverly Robbins, Brian James, Paul Moeller, Dave Aronson, and who's doing check-in? Robert, still doing check-in? Robert, thank you for doing check-in. All right, thank you, staff. So, dollars and cents, we're going to talk about that today. At about 7:30, the Weeblos leaders, how many are Weeblos leaders going to see Boy Scouts? Awesome. So roughly 7:30, we're going to send you over to the Boy Scout side. They're not nearly as much fun, sorry.
Tell them we said that.
Tell them we said that. But you will learn all about Weeblos Woods and meet the troops. So, I believe Brian is going to start. Oh, I've got to welcome people. All right. That would be good. That would be good. All right. Who are our first timers? Anyone get a star or butterfly? Or should have gotten a star or butterfly? All right, first timers, come on up.
You won't
embarrass me. You're a second timer, Barry.
Who's that? You're
all right, so you would tell us your.
Are you webcasting? It's on too. Nice.
Heather Donahue, PAC 170, Fair, Den Leader, and Committee Secretary.
Awesome.
I'm not that long with it, I guess, tonight. I'm Sean Trollope, I'm PAC 202, and Weeblos 1 Den Leader.
Excellent.
I'm Kitty Kohler, 2008, and I'm a committee member and platform colonel.
All right. Excellent. are going to do a green bean. Same as the nurture and plant it. All right. Do we have a cheer for our first timers? Do we have a cheer box?
What's the biodegrading?
Everyone should have a cheer box.
How long does it take to cook their
Ready
feet?
to go.
You can find one, grab it. Okay. All right, we're going to do the bear cheer. All right, so you're going to growl like a bear 4 times, turning halfway around each time. All right, everybody's up. We're ready. The bear cheer.
Exact opposite of everybody else.
All right, thank you, first timers. Second timers. Barry, that was you, and anyone else second time? All right. Congratulations. You get someplace to put your beads. Yay. Second timer is getting a canoe. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, and with the canoe, you get to put it on a lanyard over there. We have the leather cord. Oh, second time. Or third, if this is your third time, you didn't get one second time. All right, and we also have a kit to stamp it with. If you want to stamp symbols or your name or whatever, that would be good. Do we have a second timer cheer?
Sure. We're going with the animal theme for some reason. Now we're gonna.
What's that?
Dang Cub Scout.
So now we're gonna do the cow cheer. Okay, so you pretend to milk a cow, saying squirt, 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 moo.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, so we're doing the cow.
Warm your hands up.
Squirt, 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 moo. Very good.
All right, thank you, second timers. Third timers, you can sit down. Fourth timers. Fourth, but we start over in June and July resets everything, so you've got to go August, September, October, November. We'll have something special for fourth timers. We'll come 4 times this year. What's the significance of coming 4 times? You get a raise. What do you get, Dave?
You complete your qualification for your leader knots as far as attending 4 powwows or roundtables.
Excellent. And you can do that or attend University of Scouting. Very good. Very good. All right. So we would like everybody to attend every month. Your goal might be to at least attend 4, so you get that qualification done for your knots. That welcomes everybody. And since Caesar is here, I will turn it over to him for a quick announcement.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Cesar Gonzalez. I'm the District Commissioner. You'll be getting a few emails from me. Been serving in this position for about 2 years now. And I wanted to remind everybody about recharter and some of the changes that are going on this year. We're really going to compress the time for recharter because they want to wrap it all up by end of November. So very different from what we've done in the past. Okay? Everything has to be, so what we wanted to do is kind of take your schedule of welcoming everybody in, finalizing all your paperwork, take a snapshot of what it is right now in November, turn in your paperwork and your recharter for next year. Anybody that is in process or comes in after the fact, you just submit them in as one, like individual applications back into council. So really it's a snapshot right now in November, wherever you are, and register for next year. And then the deadline for that, if you haven't gotten one of these as a unit, please raise your hand so I can get you one of these. Okay? And you will get it also as an email tonight. So I wanted everybody to focus on the dates that appear on the flyer. The first one is next roundtable is recharter training. And I want to make a point of something, is that we're really asking every unit to pick a parent, pick another leader besides the Cub Master or committee chair. because essentially those leaders will be the ones that should be attending roundtable. And there should be one person that's not one of those two designated to do recharge. Maybe somebody in your committee, maybe a leader that's taking that on, or a parent. So I know some of you are not responsible for this, but it would do us a great service as a district if you can get this back to your committee chair or Cub master and let them know. Because the more times they hear it, the more they'll remember that these dates are coming, because it's very compressed. So that will do us a great service to get the word out. We'll do a lot of emails. We want to make sure that everybody's aware of the dates. So next roundtable, what we're hoping to have is everybody here that's doing recharter for that unit to come in for training and receive all the codes that they need to do online recharter. Then in the November roundtable, we have Recharter Fest. So we'll be having a big party right next door to the the Boy Scout Roundtable, and they can fill in all their paperwork, make sure they get all their signatures from the commissioners and staff, and we verify all the forms, and we'll take it from the unit and we'll submit it for council. So that they can do all of it all in one night right there. So that's why the deadline, November 13th, is highlighted in bold letters there. So they can take care of it. They can take care of everything by November 13th. Again, if things are in flux, or if they expecting new scouts the week after, it's okay. They can submit what they have now, put a little stamp in time, turn into a recharter, and then those other ones will come in as a onesie twosies. Okay. And then we have one buy date, so if they miss the 13th, they have the 20th. That's the final date that they can meet up with us, and we'll be at Starbucks on Cypress Creek and Lakewood. And we'll meet them there for them to turn in their return. And again, this year is a big requirement to have a commissioner's signature to review the forms and to verify that everything is in order. So that's why they need to turn it into the district. And then we'll submit it to council. We have till November 30th to turn it in. So we need to do all the verification and everything and get any errors fixed before that time. So that's why the 13th and the 20th are very important dates to remember. Any questions that I can answer? Sure.
Thank you.
As long as your units at least get one.
And we will
We'll also follow it up with an email.
And I'll scan it in and post it up. If you take a look at the forums, there, it'll be all be up there tonight.
Since these are always supposed to be complex like that, I'm going to be able to go with the real deadline. If your unit is not rechartered by December 31st, you will be unchartered. What that means is, on January 1st, if you want to be a unit, you'll be filling out new applications for everybody in your unit, youth and adults combined. So you guys have 100 kids in your packs, you want to fill out 130 apps, don't be chartered. But that's one of the things that they're going to be really hard on this year. They're going to make sure they're going to uncharter on December 31st.
Definitely want to be as helpful as possible to make sure that everything goes as planned. Yes.
I heard if we have new youth leaders that we need to have them registered earlier than that, like September 20th or something. Or...
Yeah. So really focus on the 13th of November and the 20th of November. Those are the 2 days that we'd like the snapshot in time to put in your recharge.
It helps having your leaders.
A YPT trend, you mean?
Or just registered. Yeah, we got new leaders.
Yes.
Get on the list.
So that don't get hung up on the delay, because I know how packs run. I was a Cub master myself. So I know there's going to be this delay of people filling in their paperwork. If a person has not gotten everything filled out, omit them from the recharter and turn everything else in. Does that make sense? The harder ones are if that person who hasn't turned everything in is your committee chair. So those are the very difficult ones. They have to be on there. They won't let your unit recharter, committee chair, and Cub master. So those are a must. But if you have a leader, a new leader especially, that hasn't turned in their stuff, omit them and we'll add them in as a new person as a onesie Tuesday after the fact. Because as you know, you can register anytime during the year. But recharters when your whole unit recharters. So you want to take a snapshot of time then, turn everything in, and and do the ones that are left as ones and twos.
And you'll be around later out there to answer questions,
Yes,
right?
I will be out here to answer any big questions.
If they get omitted on the recharter, are they then eligible until after the January 1st deadline? Or do we then?
They're treated as a brand new person, so they can submit them whenever.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Adult money bad, kid money good. Okay, so tonight we're going to learn about dollars and cents and how to teach the concept of money to our scouts, right? So what are some of the core values that are involved with money? Responsibility is a great one. Honesty is a good one. All right, so honesty, responsibility, and thrifty. Okay, so what are some ways? There's a few. Okay, so let's back up. All right, mathematics belt loop. That requires the kids to keep track of their money for 3 weeks. All right. Bear, the number 13, saving well, spending well. They have to keep a record for 2 weeks. And the Weeblos family member, they can track your family spending and list ways that you can help your family save money. A lot of problems. What's the main problem with that? Kids don't have a lot of money, right? So they say, oh, go home and track your money for 3 weeks. And they go like this. They started with 0, and they end with 0. Unless their birthday happened in there, and then they got $10. So you need to kind of, I don't know. This is my problem as a den leader. And so I created like a way to just get them through their 3 weeks of their spending. So I have them all do like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 all the way down to 21. And you ask them some ways. What are the ways that you can make money? How can kids make money? Chores. Anything else?
Lemonade.
More chores. Lemonade, whatever. Okay, sales.
Sitting for neighbors.
I already said one, like birthday money, right? What else happens? They're playing football, they get their tooth knocked out. What happens?
My kids are fine. Tooth fairy. Yeah.
Blind, all right.
Report card, easy.
Dude. School. Okay, so those are some ways to make money. What are some things that they spend money on? Candy, junk, correct? When we're at HEB, they want something. Have them start paying for that if you want. If that, or allowance, right? Is that one way? Anybody do that anymore? Or they just expected to do chores around the house pretty much, right? So anyway, yeah, have them list out some things that they can make money on. Then have some things like, candy, they want a game, they want to drink, whatever, cookie, all this other junk. Pencils in school, whatever, stickers, all this stuff that they should start paying for, So day number 1, I'd say, hey, what do you guys have in your wallet at home? Some will say $2,000, one will say I got $5, whatever. All right, that's what they start with. They got wallet money. All right. And then everybody has a birthday in the game on day 2. Here, start handing them out. They're crazy. It's like lottery paying. Open it up, see what you get. There's big money in here, I'm telling you. Birthday cards. Birthday cards. Alright, so everybody got something, right? What'd you get? $10? What'd you get? 15? Alright, the kids like this, it's funny. Some kids, they'll probably be wanting like $1. Right?
I got 6, man. What's the
And they freak out. They're like, oh, my grandma doesn't love me, or whatever. So that's funny. Alright, nobody freaks out. So they all get some added kind of question mark money there. Day 3, you can do a scenario. Your dad asks you to wash the car. Are you going to wash the car? It's worth $5. Some kids will say, nope, I don't want to do it. Fine. Then they either get 5 or nothing. And then they can just kind of track the money this way. whatever, the ice cream man comes by, you want to go buy an ice cream. Either lose $2 or you save $2 and this is a wash. So boom, boom, boom. By the time they get to 21, they can have whatever that number is. You can set a bigger goal ahead of time. I've handed them like a, what is it, thing and said, here, what do you guys want to save up to buy your money with? Oh, I want the Xbox. Well, that's $200. I want a game, it's $59. So, I mean, at the end they could see, well, I only ended up with $20. And they can say, well, so out of 3 weeks, if you're trying to get here, you're probably looking at like 3 months to actually get something that you want if, you participate in all these goals. So it's kind of a cheat, but it gets them doing it, and you can also just kind of encourage them to go home and do it for real. That'd be fine. But you can do this at a den meetings, and you can check them off rather than trying to hound everybody for 6 months. I'm like, did you do the 3-week thing? It's like, okay. So anyway, that's just my little scout hack to share with everybody. All right, and it's a fun game. The kids like it. I told Slayer we were doing this tonight. He's like, oh man, I want to do it. But if you can do like more cards, or later on, your aunt forgot your birthday and she sent you a mail, whatever. They like opening that envelopes and cash stuff. Kind of cool. All right. Thank you very much. Any questions? Anything to add? If you guys just like later on after snack or something, just make a pile of those, that'd be great. All right. Then my Monopoly money will get the mess.
So you just pass it this way.
Thank you.
All right, so we all are looking for leaders, trying to get people like, especially with joint scouting nights happening, like which one out there is going to be the den leader, right? Or who's going to be my activities chair? And people are all going to be looking up or looking down, right? So there's a great blog, Brian on Scouting, and every month it has some. Actually, I think it's weekly. It has some really cool things. So there was this one that I read. I don't know when it came out, but it was really cool. It's about using the Oreo test to find leaders, and I'll post this on the forums. So here's how it goes. So step one, you pre-check with other scout or people that are there. They're going, oh, that person, they're really an organized person. That person would be a great treasurer or whatever, right? And you figure that out. So don't send email to them, don't text them, don't call them. Walk up to them and actually talk to them. That's the best way to go through and do that. But don't just walk up and say, hey, you want to be treasurer? No, they will say no as fast as you can. But have some basically small talk. Get them engaged. Tell them like, hey, there's some great things about you. Like how you could join scouting. It's awesome. Make them laugh. Make them feel it's like, oh, you're a cool guy. I like this. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. So then they just say, hey, on the others, can you do a little favor for me? We're having a meeting next week. Can you bring some Oreo cookies? Simple enough, right? Okay. So then that's when the test begins. So now a week has passed. It's Tuesday, and you're there, and you're waiting. And then the person doesn't show up at all. Well, that's key one. They probably aren't going to be the leader you want to do unless like you got some notice thing saying, hey, I can't show up, my kid's sick, otherwise you're hung out to dry, and probably not the actual person you want to be a leader. They're just going to not show up. So then they come up, and I asked Tim last week to bring some.
I forgot and just grabbed these at 12 here, sorry.
So he did what was asked. Which, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate this. This is part of your snack tonight, too, by the way. But, okay, it's kind of the minimum, right? And you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, maybe the person that's going to do the minimum for bringing cookies may also be doing the minimum for whatever job they're doing. So maybe might be a little red flag, kind of like, oh, what's going on? Then, Tim, different Tim. Tim number 2 comes up.
Hey, I brought you the Oreos, guys.
Oh, perfect. He listed directions, and he bought brought some cookies, and that's exactly what's there. Like, that's awesome.
Tip number 3.
Tip number 3 comes out.
Well, I got some double stuff for you.
All right. Now, Tim went above and beyond.
And the donut
He
butter
got,
too, just in case.
he got the double stuffed cookies. He also got Nutter Butters.
Here's the receipt.
That's also an awesome question, though, especially but what they did is not just I took the direction, I got asked to do something, and I did exactly that. They thought, oh, there's a lot of kids there. Maybe I should bring enough for like, so all the kids can have some. And hey, maybe let's go through and get some different varieties. That is gold star. That's the, hey, would you like to be our next committee chair or Cub master? Because you are thinking way outside the box and thinking you can teach someone to be a good scouter. They can go to wood bags, they can go to leader training, everything else. What is harder to teach, obviously, is them to have a good heart, right? And so by going and doing that, you know that, oh, this person's really going to think of the kids and have the kids' interest at heart first. And the rest of the stuff can all be taught. But so that's the Oreo test. And obviously that doesn't have to necessarily be Oreos. You can ask them to bring, say money's an issue, or whatever you want, or health is an issue, because Oreos are the healthiest thing in the world. You can do with anything, bring craft supply or something, and you bring, some colored paper. They make us bring a stack of yellow paper, right? Or they bring a big thing of construction paper. You can modify this to what works for you, but it kind of gives a good test. I thought it was a good test. That's it. And who doesn't like cookies?
The secret's out, 1501.
Yeah, don't bring cookies.
They work for Oreos. All right, it is time for the Weeblos leaders to leave us. So go meet the troops. Have fun. Everybody got the email about why they're leaving, right? All right. Oh, half our audience went. Okay. We've got the fun half here, though, right? Tigers, Wolves, Bears. It's the best half. I stayed for the magic.
We did magic last time.
I know. It's only my second time. Don't do magic every month.
No, and I'll dress up every month.
Oh.
Sorry. So back to dollars and cents. We wanted to just kind of open it up to questions about finances at the den and pack level. So does everybody have a finance plan? Does everybody look at how much popcorn they're selling? See what kind of return they're going to get from that? Did everyone plan on paying $25 an hour for being your ISD school?
Oh, gosh, no. Shocker.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know how many people or how many packs that impact. It definitely impacts a lot.
Yeah, and I looked at the roundup. I mean, there are 25 roundups, 9 of them tonight. And then theoretically, they're all paying $25 an hour to rent the school.
And we had 3 schools.
And you have 3 schools.
We've chosen, our next building will not be a school. We're charged by a church, and that's what we need. And it makes more sense to around what we need anyway, so there's no confusion about why we need it. So we've made the decision to not have our own school. And it's also why the school doesn't hold our charter in the first place, is because at one point they were my understanding was they were instituting the charge not as much. Was less, but for every time they were meeting.
But isn't it, the council wants us to be at the school?
We would like to, because every pack is theoretically surrounded or goes to one school.
Right.
We want to have that good relationship. What's the new program? Adopt a School. There's an Adopt a School program.
Right.
They started last year, where every pack should try to adopt their school, raise the flags, do cleanups, things that help the school. And yet, the school district said, we're going to start charging you $25 an hour.
Has anybody talked to someone at the district level about that?
Thomas, the DE, is still talking to them, I think, so hopefully they can get something worked out.
It was brought up in the workshop, and we were all like, what? There's a lot cheaper than that. So he said he was going to talk to my manager, but it may not go into effect until like next year, maybe. What kind of stuff?
So what's everybody doing? Are you meeting at the school or are you?
We still are, we're still meeting at the school. And we're just, we're sucking it out, we're taking it out of other things.
We decided to meet at the school for the fall and then meet at the church with the spring.
I think it's hard to recruit at kids out of the school.
Exactly.
Well, we had 3 schools, and we did boy talks in all 3 schools and met at the rally in one school cafeteria.
Okay.
Which probably didn't have as good a turnout as we should have, but we did have kids from all 3 schools.
Right. But yeah, you might have had better turnout if it went to 3 different
all
schools,
3 of them.
but it would be 3 times as busy.
Right.
So, what other finance questions? Is everyone using one of these? For popcorn and/or recharter dues and everything? Right. This is the best thing we ever went to, I think. Because nobody brings their checkbook anymore. Very few people have enough cash. They'll just pull out their card, swipe it with the square.
The problem is, how many do you have to have of those?
Just one, really.
Well, what if you got 3 sites going at one time? You can't have-
Oh, then you'd have
They're
to
free,
think.
they're free to get.
These are free.
And you can plug into any phone?
A smartphone.
iPhone or Android, I believe.
And what's that called?
This is a Square.
A Square?
There are other versions too. Does anyone
Right.
use something
There's
else?
something else. I don't know.
Chase has, Chase Bank, they have but I don't know, it's really good to deal with. You're not running it a lot.
Yep.
And is that 3% or?
It's, what's the percentage?
2.5 if you swipe the card, it's 3% if you punch the card number in.
Yeah, we missed some sales this year because we didn't have, we couldn't use a credit card.
Yeah. What other dollars and cents questions do you have? How about at the den level? Does the PAC give some money to the den? Or does the den, does every employee put in $1 every meeting or something? How do your PACs work?
I like to have my parents bring supplies that I need. That's how we do it.
Okay.
We have a meeting that's like, or I guess it depends. The last meeting we had was the crime prevention one where we did the footprints and the like class workers, footprints and thumbprints and all that kind of stuff. I just asked them all to bring $2. So depending on the cost of our den activity, I either ask them to bring items or rent.
Okay. Now our PAC, we just give each den $30 per boy per year, and that's their budget for the year. Anybody else?
How does that work out? Because something we talked about then money last year, and something because I was only a wolf leader, starting a wolf leader last year. The Webelos are spending more money than the Tigers are.
Right.
So how do you find that set allotment works out?
$30 is kind of a good average.
Okay.
So the Tigers and Wolves might not use it all, but then at the end of the year, the den leaders can buy them the book or slide or something. What's left. And on the Webelo side, then the parents will pitch in a little bit more to do the aero plaques, to take a big trip, things like that.
So how many went up on dues this year because of national dues raise?
What about these for wine?
Yeah, we just
For
raised
national
it
dues raised.
accordingly.
So can I ask what everybody's dues are? What's our range of dues for PACs?
We did 90.
We're doing 85. So.
For us, it depends if they sell popcorn or not.
Well, yeah, they get, I mean, hang on.
So how do you figure that out beforehand? The dues is due now, but if they're re-upping now, we haven't done take orders yet, so do you approach their parents and say, are you planning on?
That's
What if I
kind of how
do
we
and I didn't think I was gonna?
Yeah.
Something we do, we split dues into 2 payments, half in now, and then the other half in January. If you you sell X amount of popcorn, which right now we're asking $250 in sales. If you sell 250 in sales, your January half of your dues isn't due. It's what.
Yeah, so we charge the national and the den dues up front, and then we'll hit them up later if they don't reach a certain level. So with the new IRS rules, you can't do a one-to-one with the popcorn sales and dues anymore. But we've got levels based on.
We just ask them to commit to a level when the person sign up. And then after the popcorn sales are over, if they haven't reached that level, then they agree to make up the difference.
All right. So here's what they distributed at the last district committee meeting. Let me just read this one line here. It says, unit funds may be used to reduce the cost of participation, including the cost of attending camp or obtaining uniforms. They may be used to provide financial assistance or awards to the individual scouts based upon their level of participation generally, or in specific activities benefiting the unit, or chartered org or community, based on attendance, advancement, or need. So, I don't know, it still seems like there's a lot of wiggle room in this, but you can't, like the Boy Scouts would give a specific dollar amount for the boys that sold a certain amount of popcorn. And they set up
hold individual accounts.
A scout account.
In the pack account where we can't say, you know, Johnny has $200 towards whatever his expenses are, you know, and that come out of the numbers.
Right. Exactly. And you can't give them gift cards or money directly back from that. That's the upshot. All right. Any other questions on PAC dues, den dues?
How do you, I guess you use your awards then for selling as compensation for the dues, or do you give prizes also for the boys that sold the most in your pack or banner? How do you do that?
We have prizes for the ones who sold the most. We also have anyone who sells 500 or more gets to throw a pie in the face of some leader. That's a big motivator. You do the pie?
I've already done pie.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
Once. I'll see about it. I'd like to.
Anyone else do the pie in the face? That's a real good motivator.
So the recharge, I'm not listing, the recharge fees are.
It's, what is it, $2 a month now?
It's $24 for the year.
$24.
Okay.
But if it's a brand new Tiger,
12 for boys' life and $1 for insurance.
Times 4 for one? 24 for one. So then you guys charge, like you said, 85 and 90 just to make up the difference from what you need throughout the year.
Yeah, for like awards.
Awards, yeah.
Yeah,
We
awards.
furnish the awards, the neckerchief, and the slide.
No, we don't do that. We just do awards.
and we charge more for brand new scouts. So they get September, October, November, December. We charge extra for that, those 4 months.
How do y'all do the camp house? Do the parents pay for the camp house?
PAC pays for that.
Ours is, it depends on where we camp, how much we charge, and if we, like, for us, when we're all eating together, we charge per person fee because that's paying for food.
Yeah.
And then, if, you know, we're gonna get charged more than doing state work, they have a per person per day fee, rather than if we throw some for, it's like,
Yeah, to clarify what Tim said for our pack, we pay the sort of the camping fees, but the dens are left to come up with the food on their own and pay for that on their own.
probably depends on how much your tax is, because our tax is not that much, and we still do a good pack.
And as kind of similar to all of these, our PAC will pay the campsite fees, and we get a group site as often as we can if they're large enough for however many we have going that time. The individual families are responsible for park entrance fees if there are any, like state parks. And then food we do Saturday dinner and Sunday breakfast as a PAC, and there's just a per person cost for that. And then Saturday lunch, the families or parents are able to do what they want. usually sandwiches or something quick and easy.
So we should want to cover camping on a dime since we're
Sure.
sort of talking about.
It'll be free.
Okay.
Just real
Okay.
quick.
Then we can have a snack.
Yeah.
So you guys find it easier to kind of take those smaller fees throughout the year, or just go ahead and try to plan for it and get your dues and throw $10 or something? Yeah.
I haven't done it any other way. I've only done it where we collect the one big thing, and then if we go camping, we collect at that time.
Yeah.
You can tell them, okay, we can collect every month for our activity and once.
I mean, just from a management standpoint, it seems like it's a lot of overhead. That's just, you know.
We try not to nickel and dime people.
Yeah.
They pay once, and then, I mean, they get all their space for the, guy kids, they get all the camping, and they get all the awards. Blue and gold, hockey games, they get baseball games, they get all that.
Yeah, and one thing that Tim did last night, our North Sky night, was to relate it to like kids sports program. Pay $100 a year for scouts, and they it's just as much for like what 2 months or 3 times. So yeah, for the sporting events, they do.
Right. So I'm just going to cover camping on a dime. Like if you guys have like a strict budget and you need to go camping and you need to make it cheap, some places where you can go that are free or low cost. Camp Mabry, it's free. Cub World, they charge. How much do you charge? It's like $5 a child for activity. So it's pretty cheap. Tim and I noticed that the church where we're doing Tiger Fun Day with the church. Good News Church, they had a huge facility, and I'm sure your charter board would not mind if you camped at their facility. Like either do a lock-in inside, or you could do like the grounds thereof and just camp outside. Totally covered. You have bathrooms right there and everything. Also, our WeBlows leader just booked a site at LBJ State Park. It's free up to like 35 people. So that place is free. So those are definitely budget worthy. Now those places, you know, you're just definitely gonna have to pay to attend. Camp Mabry for sure, because they always have some kind of event going on there. As far as like food, you want to keep food cheap for the pack, because we cook as a pack. Think big, think chili, soups, cobbler, spaghetti. Those things are really cheap to make, and they make a lot for a lot of people. As far as like items, you have somebody who's like, I don't have camping items, I can't afford to go camping. Don't need much. You need a pillow, a blanket, you know, a tent. That's pretty much all you need. If you have to borrow things, there's probably plenty of people around that you can ask to borrow. Also, REI rents things. They rent them for the weekend. So all of that is, you know, pretty cheap. Anybody else have ideas how you can save on camping trips?
Coordinate cooking, like if you don't have a huge bag, just have one person get a you know, stove as close to 5 or 6.
Right.
Or if you have a Boy Scout group that you have a relationship with, they might have old equipment.
Bless you.
Or they'll, yeah, but most groups are regularly buying new equipment. Try to find someone to hand them.
And also, you know, like Alan said, try, like for state parks, even though it is a cost, try to do the group sites, because the group sites are definitely going to be much cheaper than doing individual sites.
Or engineering campgrounds are cheaper than state parks.
Yeah, or engineering also.
Like she had said on the chili and the stews and stuff like that, there's an economy of scale there. You've got 4 boys in a den, you're trying to do a meal for them, you might be better off financially doing pack meals, because those meals are so inexpensive to do on a per person basis.
It can be done. Don't eliminate camping if you don't have any money. Free.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, let's have a snack. We have a sensible snack for $1.60. Vegetables in the back. And everyone has homework while you're eating. Please think of a question and put it on a post-it and put it on our parking lot. Any question about anything scouting related, we will get to it later. Ready? And
Oh, okay, good.
No. I don't think
I mean, I'll say no to and she got some dates from me.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
She originally got for October or November, but then the other camp night is the first, and so we had some other stuff going on. So
I know she's got a date for that.
yeah.
But she was showing Claire one. Her boy.
Yeah. Right.
She was good at that.
Okay, so I really like the half days and then having the kids go the rest of the week.
Those that works. And then I think it's good because people that don't want to.
Right. It might be an initiative, so if I get half of my, dues taken off, if I get $50 taken off because I sold $250 worth of popcorn or $300, then the pack turns out way better because we made $300 and we only gave you $50 break, so we still have $250.
Well, we sold $300 of popcorn. 35 minutes.
Or whatever that math is. Yeah. So and then we only give $50, we still make $200. So
yeah, we got to set up a spot of 400 or 300 or whatever.
I really like that a lot.
Each school, boys, $350.
Yeah. And I think there was some concern last night. What I heard is that cost is always a concern because people come to the Cub Scouts meeting, sign-up meeting like last night, and they think that you just join, but they don't realize that there's dues there.
Full amount right away.
Right.
With 1.5.
Right. Yeah. So the costs are still a concern for that might be time limiting. I don't know how big we want to get.
Yeah.
So that's what I was
What's that? Yeah.
Okay.
We left one little
We're gonna learn a song. Who wants to learn a song? Yay! I love to sing. Alicia, make me sing. On the back of your handout, there's this song called Trusty Tommy. It's a song that is supposed to help your scouts learn the new scout values. Since we're all going to the Boy Scout values, so this is a song that's supposed to help them. So we sing songs two ways: standing up or not sitting down. Stand up or not sit down. Your choice. And it goes to the tune of I Thank You, Beetle Baby. You ready now? You're my partner in crime. You should be up here singing. She always sings.
Trusty Tommy was a scout, loyal to his mother, helpful to the folks about and friendly to his brother, courteous to girls he knew, kind to his father, obedient to his father too, and cheerful in his habits, thrifty, saving for a need, brave and not a faker, lead in thought and word and deed and reverent to his maker. Very good, guys.
So take that to your dens and start practicing it with them, because as of May 2015, they will have to know this, and it has all the values that they'll need. So there you go.
Excellent.
It's a score.
All right. Sure. All right. Okay. All right, we're gonna audience participation hat is called the Frog's Dilemma. So we've got three, now we got four parts in it. First of all is the frog. Okay. So the frog, you four on the front row stand up and say ribbon, ribbon. Frog, ribbon. Okay. Car, you four stand up and say beep beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep beep. Loan, that's going to be you two and you two, and you're going to stand up and say, give me money.
Give me money.
Loan.
Give me money.
All right. And then the rest of y'all, when I say thank, you're going to say ka-ching, ka-ching, on the cash register. Ka-ching, ka-ching. All right, let's practice. Frog. Ribbon. Card. Beep, beep.
Beep.
Loan.
Give me money.
Bank.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
All righty. Once there was a little frog, a big frog. His car
Beep, beep.
had broken down. Try as he might, he couldn't fix it. So he went to the bank to get a loan
Give me money.
to buy a new car.
Beep, beep.
He walked up to the loan
Give me money.
officer of the bank,
Ching, ching, ching.
Mrs. Paddywhack, and said, I'd like to borrow some money to buy a new car.
Beep, beep.
Mrs. Paddywhack said, the bank
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
can't give you a loan
Give me money.
for a new car,
Beep, beep.
just like that, Mr. Frog.
Ribbon, ribbon.
Do you have something of value to use as collateral against the loan?
Give me money.
The frog
Ribbon, ribbon, ribbon.
said, the only thing I have of value is this little froggy
Ribbon, ribbon.
pen that my dear departed mother gave me. Mrs. Paddywhack, the loan
Give me my money.
officer, told the frog
Ribbon, ribbon.
that she would need to go to the bank
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
manager and ask him to approve the pen as collateral to loan the money
Give me my money.
for the new car.
Beep, beep.
Then she left to find the bank
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
manager. After hearing about the frog's
Ribbon, ribbon.
need for a new car,
Beep, beep.
the bank
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
manager looked the loan
Give me money.
officer straight in the eye and said, wait for it, it's a knick-knack, Paddywhack, give the frog
Ribbon, ribbon.
a loan.
Give me money. Yes. That fun.
Cub Scouts and all well.
That makes sense, right? All right, who's here? Did we both come back?
I think there are some mingling.
All right, I'm going to cover announcements anyway. Joint Scouting Night. Y'all having Joint Scouting Nights, right? Great! Next year, I know it doesn't apply to you, try not to have it on Roundtable Night. There are 9 tonight.
Oh, we got a doggone good turnout with 9 rallies going on.
Yeah. So I know scouting's only an hour a week. Roundtable only asks for 90 minutes a month. Anyway, good luck at your Joint Scouting Nights. Coveree. Did you guys get the email about Coveree? I know as much as you do. All right. Dave Aronson.
There's a little flyer out there.
So there's one in Lost Pines and there's one at Smiling Bee. So I think most people in North Shore are going to the Smiling Bee one. We can camp at least overnight Friday to Saturday, maybe Saturday to Sunday. And beyond that, I know nothing else yet.
The one at Lost Pines is more of a shooting.
They're different dates. Yeah.
The one at Smiling is a STEM science activity.
Okay.
Yes, that's true, and they're gonna have several they can take, at least at this time, one.
Okay.
They can take like things that they get to make and take home with them.
So the right now, the reward is probably have fun at that.
Of course, you'll always have.
Always have fun. I don't know what.
Science is fun.
For their one.
And that's a good point. If they don't have the STEM awards, the NOVA awards, they can probably earn some of those. Do you guys know what the STEM NOVA awards are? They get a little patch for the first one they earn. There's sections for science, technology, engineering, and maths. They get the patch that side the first time. Pins for the next three. And then there's something called the Supernova Award. Right? What is the Supernova Award? It's a lot more work. You need an official BSA approved Supernova mentor to approve the project.
And who's the Supernova mentor?
The only one in the district that I know of is me. But, so ask me if you have questions about the STEM NOVA program. Tiger Day. We got flyers for Tiger Day. Who has tigers? Everyone has tigers. Everyone's sending their tigers to Tiger Day, right? It's going to be awesome this year. It's the 20th, Saturday the 20th, Good News United Methodist Church. Troop 158 is helping us. They're camping there. That's their home base. They're going to be helping run all the stations. So little tigers are going to see all these bigger Boy Scouts. They're going to be really inspired.
I did have one question. I saw something in one flyer, there's an email that said, there's another one that said, I wasn't sure whether.
Don't bring siblings. Bring a friend that can join as a tiger. Any boys who can join, bring them.
That means no older or younger siblings.
Correct. We want to keep it all tiger level. Thomas is not here. Last month we talked about the IRS stuff. Popcorn. If you have a check for your popcorn show and sell, Will, I believe, is out in the hall taking those checks. He did not bring the take order forms. So, unfortunately, I think that means Thomas will be delivering forms to all of us the next week. Training, there's an alchemy lab coming up. And who's been to alchemy lab before? Anyone been to alchemy lab? Have you been to alchemy lab?
It's a hack day. Real quick, I think you have probably 4 classes, like maybe 20 minutes each, and you'll learn 3 new songs, or 2 new games, or it's just such a take on the music immediately.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It's like a
hack day.
press roundtable meeting concentrated program. Sign up for Alchemy Lab. Wood Badge is coming up.
Yes, it is.
All right, course director. Tell us about Wood Badge.
Wood Badge. How many of you heard about Wood Badge? In this roundtable, you heard about Wood Badge. First of all, your roundtable staff is fully Wood Badge trained. So you should be very proud of that. Wood Badge is the ultimate leader training that you can go to, Scout Leader. And it's probably the most fun you'll ever have in training. It really is. You're not going to learn outdoor skills. You're not going to learn how to put up a tent. You might, but that's not on the curriculum. It's more about team building, time management, planning, evaluation. Things you learn, may learn at your job in one of these half-hour seminars, but we wrap it into a scout troop. You're going to act. You're treated like Boy Scouts. You're going to act as Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and mentors over the course of 2 weekends. Lost Pines, it's 2 3-day weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll be put in patrols, you'll make 48 new friends or more, and learn a lot about yourself. And Alan's going, and Heather's going. That's right. She's going.
I hadn't heard that it was signed up for it.
Yes. But I highly recommend it. And it's not just for Boy Scout leaders. It is for Cub Scout leaders too. In fact, we've got almost as many Cub Scout leaders signed up now as Boy Scout leaders.
Excellent.
Because this builds on your job in scouting moving forward. This will help you grow as you work through the scouting program with sons.
Yeah. It helps you work with other leaders. And as a Cub Scout leader, I did learn a lot from the Boy Scouts that were in my patrol. Things about how to cook on a little whisper phone.
Yeah, you talk about leading on traits. Yes, sir. There is still a few spaces left. Go on to council website. You can click here to sign up for the badge. There's also a little badge page. Just give you more information. There's pictures of the staff too, and yeah. Orientation is a week from Sunday, but there's still space. Please consider it. It is probably the best thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah, and the 2 camping weekends were the best time I've ever had. I wish I could do that again.
Oh, I know. Yeah. First weekend, you're on a platform tent on big tents out of Lost Pines. Second weekend, you're growing as a scout into venturing, so you bring your own tent, you have a little outback type experience. And you eat, first weekend, you eat really well because the all-digital kitchen is cooking for you. Second weekend,
I learned I like Indian food because one of the guys in my patrol, our Friday night meal, was so good that we had, it looked like we were running a buffet. We had a line of staff. I smelled it.
They heard about it.
It will open your eyes to some Indian food.
You'll learn a lot about yourself. That's the thing I think I remember most about my course is how much I learned about myself. Person, I could go on 2 hours of sleep a night for a long time, but just, I could try, and it was okay to fail and keep pushing yourself. Yes, sir.
What's the process after the 2 weekends?
After the 2 weekends, you're going to do something called a ticket. You'll set 5 goals while you're at Blue Badge, and you have a year and a half to complete these goals. They revolve around your primary job in scouting and perhaps one you may wish to take on. So you're going to get a new job in pack or crossbow, or you want to do something with the tree. So you set the goal. I'm trying to give you an example.
I was one of Tim's tickets. He was very excited. So I'm going to be the next Cub master for our pack. His son is graduating to Boy Scout. So we're just one of his ticket items.
One of his ticket items is to replace.
Yeah.
That's right, find a replacement. I was a troop guide a couple of courses ago, and my last bobflight finished this week. And his last ticket was to conduct a handicap awareness activity with his den. Because one of your tickets must involve diversity of some sort. So he had the boys going through an obstacle course blindfolded and on crutches, talking about it. It doesn't have to be really elaborate. I mean, you don't have to say, well, I'm going to do the next Scoutmaster for 6 years. It's whatever, it's your ticket, whatever speaks to you.
In the patrol animals, is there any, are those just selected by?
They are designated by
Go Bears!
beavers, bobwhites,
They're the same.
eagles, foxes, owls,
Same
bears,
animals.
buffaloes,
How do they
and
get selected? Are you assigned to the staff?
You're assigned, yes.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I get to pick them. That's one of the neat things about being course director. I put people on patrols, and I pick their pick. So, and I'm open to it. Yeah, like if you want to have 2 buffaloes in the house, let me know. If you'd rather not have another buffalo, have 2 different critter
Bears
collections.
are really good. I don't think we ever.
Okay.
Maybe a bobbler. I heard that a bobbler.
I heard not about that. I watched it very hard to find. So, yeah, it's kind of a random selection. We try to split the people up in patrols according to male, female, equal number. We got eagles, guys who return their eagle. We try to put one of those in each patrol. We mix up the districts, we mix up the units. Obviously, one of the purposes of scouting is to make new friends. you're frowning. Are you scared? No? Okay. You're concentrating on frowning. It's not a frown? All right.
Wishing to be a bear.
So, any other questions? That it's on Double Knot. The cost is $270. I know that sounds like a lot, but you are getting meals both weekends. You're getting accommodations. Heck of a program. Heck of a program. Okay.
All right.
I can hear it.
Okay. We need to set up here.
We can turn off randomly now.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Solar flares.
One day in 1909, in a very foggy London, England, a Chicago businessman and publisher William D. Boyce lost his way in a dense fog. He stopped under a street lamp and tried to find his way.
May I help you, sir?
Please, young man, can you tell me which way is 111 Downing Street?
I'll take you there. Here, sir, is 111 Downing Street.
When they had reached their destination, Mr. Boyce reached into his pocket for a shilling to tip the boy. But the boy stopped him.
No, sir, I'm a scout.
Scout? What, like that?
The boy told Mr. Boyce all about himself and his brother scouts. The American became very interested. After finishing his business errand, Mr. Boyce had the boy taken to the British Scouting Office. At the office, the Boyce met Lord Robert Baden Polk, famous British general who had founded the scouting movement in Great Britain. By the time Mr. Boyce boarded a steamship back to the United States, he had a suitcase full of ideas on bringing Boy Scouting to America.
Ta-da!
Thank you for your
And the lamp kept burning.
Thank you, Larry. All right, so being thrifty is the whole reason we have scouting today in the United States. If it wasn't for that one Boy Scout, just doing things for being cheerful, being helpful, being a good scout, might not have scouting today. All right. Let's hit the parking lot.
Parking lot.
What are the questions in the parking lot? So whenever you come to Roundtable, feel free to put questions on the parking lot. If we don't get to them at Roundtable, we'll try to incorporate that into the following month's discussion. Oh, I like this one. Are there plans to update the training dates on the North Shore website? All right, so Dave Aronson is the brand new communications chair. He will do that, but he is locked out right now. So once he gets with the old training chair, you can get in and update everything. So yes.
I think Dave.
Is there a place online for ideas for prizes for the Scouts for popcorn sales? Over and above what the council is offering, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the boys that have sold, just some prizes that we can give, who sold the most, or just little things. Is there a?
I would talk to Teresa at the Scout Shop, because they've got lots of little flashlights and carabiners. And
Yeah, we try to give scouting stuff.
Scouting
these
stuff.
are what, $1.99 Lowe's or something?
Yeah, at
We're gonna do half.
Yeah,
Big Lots, you can get a packet of these.
Well, just
Right?
do it.
No gift cards.
yeah.
You get started, but.
Like
So the
Aldi's.
scouting stores.
And it is, yes, I know that was kind of the gray area at the last round.
I think they decided you can give gifts.
It's like participation ribbons. Everybody who sells popcorn, oh, you have a flashlight.
And everyone who sells, you should put in so they get the patch,
Yes.
popcorn patch. Right, Brian?
Yes.
I have a
But I
question.
disagree too.
Yes.
What happened?
Last year, we took the boys,
Oh my God.
all the boys that sold popcorn, we took them to the Toros game.
Cool.
I
And
think
they,
that's
Yeah.
what we're.
they have
Yeah,
a
it still
scout,
works.
that's still okay, that's legal? Okay. As far as,
What?
Hey, I don't.
So,
Going to the Toros games?
yeah.
It's questionable.
Okay.
They learn a lot there.
no, I mean, a reward for selling popcorn,
As a reward.
as a reward for selling popcorn.
From who? Council or district or what?
From the
No,
back.
back.
Oh, you can give them that?
I think you can.
That's
still
the
It's
use
a
it.
gift. You're not giving them money, right?
Oh,
Give them
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can earn.
It's an award.
ticket. It's a gift.
They have a scout week at the Toros game every year, I don't know.
Toros game, the Stars have
Yeah,
scout, you know, we
Stars,
have
right.
these, we got vouchers for Stars.
Vouchers.
But they'll learn a lot at the Toros game.
It's instead of our pack paying for it,
Lots of
it's
shit.
we got the vouchers.
That's what- Big eyes.
That gets into a gray area.
Yeah.
Try to just take a loot without giving them
That's what I'm saying,
money.
instead of giving it to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Snacks at pack meetings?
Snacks at pack meetings. No.
Probably not, how big is your pack?
A lot of our dens do them at the den meetings. We don't do them at the pack meeting. I'm trying to have.
Try to get them to focus on one thing, it's hard.
Well, and you wanna get out of there, and you don't wanna have to clean.
I asked the question because we always have snacks here that are theme related, and so that's
Mainly for your dip meetings, you try. Again, how big is your pack?
too big for snacks. Actually, that's why I just want to make sure we weren't the only one not getting.
It just takes up too much time, how people haven't even eaten really.
Right.
I mean, that's why a snack might be nice, but it's probably not gonna. So
Yeah.
ruin their dinner.
It's great for den meetings or other special events, like the little Pinewood Derby thing. So,
I like to say food for special events. One of the things we do a couple of times a year, that's kind of a draw.
How do I submit a request to add specific information to a page on the council website or add a page altogether? You go through Charles Meade.
Charles Meade.
He is our council marketing person and our webmaster. He's going to make some changes.
If you want to add something to the district site, talk to Dave Aronson.
Okay.
Nice.
He's looking at the table right now. Okay. Either one.
Ideas on getting better participation / encouragement. So with the Oreo test, that's how you can start to
Talking
test.
about boys or
your
adults? First of all. Or both?
For Scout.
Participation, parents, and everybody to get more involved.
To get everyone involved.
You start off small. You know, Tim, I want you to be Cub Master the first time you see him.
That's what they doing that, and also just trying to give them more as a team.
At your den meeting?
Show up for meetings, stuff like that.
Integrate fun stuff.
Yeah.
Don't work so much, like, I know it's hard, I get sucked into it too, it's like requirements, boom, 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 it's all about rank advancement, getting them done, and, you know, some of this stuff's not the funnest thing, you can't make everything fun, you get that. But you do need to like, give them time to bond as a group, so always have a game that they're working together, doing something. Or just running around, or just getting to be boys, you know what I mean? If you're at a park, give them that 10 minutes at the end that they can play on a playscape or have a part of each other. Then once they make friends, then they're gonna want to come back and hang out with their friends. It's not so much about I want to go learn about citizenship tonight. I just want to go hang out with Matthew for 10 minutes after that. You know what I mean? So
have some fun.
Once they have that bond, I
Mix
mean,
it all
you gotta
into
help
a
them
game.
too, you gotta participate. That's why the group games or play kickball with the whole family, you know, have moms, dads, all the kids, go play kickball.
Yeah, we're
The parents will love it. They'll be like, I don't run, I don't do, you know, whatever. I don't do play capture the flag. Guess what? Everybody's playing capture the flag tonight. If you're wheezing, you're gonna get tagged and you're gonna go sit in the jail for a while. And then you can take a break. But they love it. They like, you know, as much as they hate getting out there and running around, afterwards they'll be like, that was the coolest, that was so fun. We had fun. We got to play with it.
And recognize
That's what they really want.
At the PAC meeting, everybody who played capture, you know, participation, give them a B. Adults will do stuff for B's. Trust me. Yeah. Or cookies.
Cookies, yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. But that's the purpose of this is like we try to give you like fun ideas to do stuff. And if you, it's hard, but if you the more that you can integrate and make it fun, and that will keep them coming back and having a good attitude. Parents and kids.
You might try a little team building something like take them. I don't know if you said this, like Go Tigers, say take them to a fire station or something like that. You might want to get a weekend and try to get your den out there and just do some bonding.
Right. That's where not everybody's going to make it, but the ones that do, that's the ones you stick. I mean, you're always going to have 5 out of the 7 that are rocking, and then there's 2 that are like this, and you're always playing catch up with them. And that's fine. I mean,
That's what happens.
but I've had 5 kids from 1st grade through 5th grade. They're still there. You know, that's it. Everybody else is kind of come and gone, but.
Utilize your parent talent survey. Find out the parents in your den what their hobbies are and what their work, where they work. Is it some place you can take your kids for a field trip, or do they have a really interesting hobby they would be willing to share? Like I had a woman who trained show dogs, and we met one Saturday afternoon, and she brought her dogs out and had the obstacle course set up and ran the dogs through paces, and the boys played with the dogs. Great, didn't it? Which, you know, find out what your parents, and that'll get them involved, because they get to show off, you know.
Another thing that came up last week was like the dinner program. It's a way to make a boy in your den a boy leader, and you can pick the time that they're in the leader, probably a month. So they get like 2 den meetings in the PAC meeting. They get to wear a special yellow cord. It makes them kind of happy. Part of the responsibilities I give to them is like they're doing the flag ceremonies at the beginning of the meetings. They can like bring the snacks if you guys do snacks. They can plan an activity at each den meeting. So that gives each boy in your den a time where they can actually say, hey, I'm really into golf, so we're going to do the golf belt loop. And they help teach that to the boys, and they get to do it. And then so they're showing off something that they're interested in, not necessarily what you're interested in or somebody else's. So they get their time in the sun to teach everybody.
You get the parent involved with that.
Yeah, and so with the kid and the parent, they're planning a den, a portion of a den meeting, which helps you, so why not do it? And then it also gets them more involved. And half the parents, I don't know, I never really allow like drop-offs because I'm not a babysitter, so that gets them involved because they're sitting there and they have to listen to everything that's going on. So they're not they're not picking up Johnny at the end of the night. And then he goes, well, what'd you do? And they said, nothing, I ran around the park. And I'm like, oh, well, you ran around the park. If the parents are there, they know that they learned about citizenship and they did this and that. No question. That kind of helps them stay involved. Like, you didn't just run around the park, you did do something, and that's worthwhile. So, yeah, you're going next week.
No, sure. Why?
One more?
One more.
All right, is there something out there that tells you exactly what you need for recharter, like a checklist, before we get the packet? That would be a great idea.
That would be a great idea. I don't know.
Or maybe a checklist in the packet.
Well, that's part of recharter training.
Yeah.
Next roundtable, or next Thursday.
It would be nice to know if there's some stuff beneficial to bring. See, that, you know what I'm saying?
A few people that can sign for you.
You could bug Caesar on that.
Yes.
Waiting.
And please, send the person who's going to be working on your charter. Don't you go to the training.
Come to Roundtable next month.
And please bug Caesar on the way out.
Yeah, bug Caesar on the way out.
All right.
Any other parking lot questions, comments, added things?
I had one that I didn't hear read, just about, is there a process to get stuff added onto the council website?
Charles Meade.
These communications.
Okay.
Let's go now.
Email maybe?
Yeah. All right. All right, so at the every month, oh, there is Dave. Talk to Dave about the district website. I told them once you're not locked out, you can change stuff.
What do you mean matter for locked out?
The website.
Oh, yeah, let me know if I'm locked out.
No, you're locked out. You can't change anything. Right? I thought you said he updated and.
Talk to me later about that. If there's something wrong on the stuff posted on the website, let me know and I'll fix it.
District website.
District website.
Yeah.
I will attempt to fix it. I thought I did, but apparently there's still some stuff broken. So.
Yes. Refresh your browser. That might help.
And the question was with the council website?
I don't do nothing with the council website. Right. There's somebody somewhere that probably has a paycheck.
That's
that gets.
All right. Which pack won the attendance award last?
202 and 77.
You know what? I don't think 77 has ever had an attendance done.
So that's my pack.
Yeah, but the pack that won it last month is having joint scouting night tonight. And it ran back.
You guys get another one.
So, he said they would bring it to you. So I'm going to make him drive all the way out to Lago.
Nice.
So congratulations, 77.
We're actually moving to Marble Falls. So
I'll send you a long way around. Yeah.
So if you're not aware, in the pack with the most attendees gets an award. They get to take it back, decorate it, and bring it back.
Oh, it's free.
Show it off at your pack meeting.
Did you talk about covering?
Yes. Cover. All right. Next roundtable is October 9th. We'll cover citizenship and giving goodwill. Briefly cover derbies. We're not going to run them all. And it's also the recharter help, so you can start getting signatures. And thank you very much. We will see you next month.